Liza, your English teacher from Bookish English. Before we start the video, I want to know why you are learning English so that we can make a strong community. Here are some options. A. To travel. B. To have better job opportunities. C. To communicate with the world. D. To access information. E. Any other reason? Please write your reason in the comments below. Let's begin. The story, Part 1. Arriving in New York. My name is Maria, and I am from Spain. I came to New York to learn English. I was excited, but also nervous. I had never been to New York before. When I arrived at the airport, I felt a mix of emotions. The city was big and noisy. I took a taxi to my new apartment. The buildings were tall, and there were many people everywhere. When I got to my apartment, I met my roommate. Her name is Anna, and she is from Brazil. Anna is also learning English. We quickly became friends. We both felt happy to have someone to talk to in our new city. The next day, I went to my language school. It was my first day of class. The school was not far from my apartment, so I walked. The streets were busy, and I saw many interesting things. There were street vendors selling food, people rushing to work, and tourists taking pictures. At the school, I met my teacher, Miss Parker. She was very nice and welcomed us warmly. There were students from different countries in my class. I met Hiroshi from Japan, Maria from Mexico, and Ahmed from Egypt. We all wanted to learn English. Ms. Parker started the class by introducing herself. Then she asked each of us to introduce ourselves. When it was my turn, I felt a little shy, but I took a deep breath and said, "Hello, my name is Maria. I am from Spain. I am here to learn English." Everyone smiled, and Ms. Parker said, "Welcome, Maria. We are happy to have you here." After introductions, Ms. Parker talked about the course. She said we would learn English by using it every day. We would speak, listen, read, and write in English. She told us that practice is very important. "Do not worry about making mistakes," she said. "Making mistakes is part of learning." In the afternoon, we practiced speaking in pairs. I paired with Hiroshi. We talked about our countries and why we came to New York. Hiroshi told me he likes anime and wants to work in animation. I told him I like reading books and want to be a writer. It was a good conversation. Even though we both made mistakes, we helped each other and learned new words. After school, Anna and I decided to explore our neighborhood. We found a small park nearby. We sat on a bench and talked about our first day. Anna said she liked the class and the teacher. I agreed. We both felt more confident about learning English. In the evening, we cooked dinner together. We made a simple pasta dish. As we cooked, we practiced English. "Pass me the salt, please," Anna said. "Here you go," I replied. We laughed and enjoyed our meal. The next day, we had a listening exercise in class. Ms. Parker played a recording of a conversation between two people. We had to listen carefully and answer questions. At first, it was hard to understand everything, but Ms. Parker played the recording several times. Each time I understood a little more. After the listening exercise, we had a reading activity. Ms. Parker gave us a short story to read. The story was about a girl who moves to a new city. It reminded me of my own experience. We read the story together and then discussed it. Ms. Parker asked us questions about the story. This helped us understand the text better and learn new vocabulary. In the afternoon, we did a writing exercise. We had to write a short paragraph about our favorite place in our home country. I wrote about a beautiful beach near my hometown. It has golden sand and clear blue water. Writing in English was challenging, but I felt proud of my work. After school, Anna, Hiroshi, and I went to a coffee shop. We wanted to practice speaking English outside of class. We ordered our drinks in English and found a table. We talked about our day and our plans for the weekend. It was fun and helped us feel more comfortable using English in real-life situations. On Saturday, Anna and I decided to visit some famous places in New York. We took the subway to Times Square. It was amazing. The lights, the big screens, and the crowds were all so exciting. We took many pictures and even bought some souvenirs. Next, we visited Central Park. It was nice to walk in the park and see the green trees and the lake. We saw people jogging, walking their dogs, and having picnics. We found a quiet spot and sat down to rest. Anna and I talked about our families and our homes. It was a good way to practice English and get to know each other better. In the afternoon, we went to the Museum of Modern Art. The art was interesting, and we learned a lot. We tried to read the information about the paintings in English. Some words were new, but we helped each other understand. It was a great learning experience. On Sunday, I decided to do some studying. I wanted to review what I had learned in class. I read some English books and watched a movie with English subtitles. I also practiced writing by keeping a journal. I wrote about my experiences in New York so far. Writing helped me remember new words and practice sentence structure. In the evening, Anna and I cooked dinner again. This time, we made tacos. We talked about our plans for the week. Anna wanted to find a part-time job to practice her English more. I thought it was a good idea and decided to look for a job too. The next day at school, Ms. Parker taught us about English grammar. We learned about verb tenses and how to use them correctly. It was a bit difficult, but Ms. Parker explained everything clearly. We did some exercises to practice. I felt more confident about using different tenses in my sentences. In the afternoon, we had a speaking activity. We had to pretend we were in different situations, like at a restaurant or a store. I was paired with Maria from Mexico. We practiced ordering food in a restaurant. It was a fun activity and helped us practice real-life conversations. After school, Anna and I went to the job center. We looked at the job listings and asked the staff for advice. They were very helpful and gave us some tips on finding part-time jobs. They said that working in a cafe or a store would be a good way to practice our English. We filled out some job applications and left our contact information. I felt nervous but also excited. I hoped to find a job where I could use my English and learn more about American culture. That evening, I called my family in Spain. I told them about my experiences in New York and my new friends. They were happy to hear that I was doing well. I missed them, but I knew I was learning a lot and growing as a person. The next few days at school were busy. We had more grammar lessons, listening exercises, and speaking activities. I could feel my English improving little by little. I made sure to practice every day, even outside of class. One day, Ms. Parker asked us to give short presentations about our countries. I was nervous, but I prepared well. I talked about Spain, its culture, and famous landmarks. My classmates enjoyed my presentation, and I felt proud of myself. Giving the presentation helped me practice speaking in front of a group and improved my confidence. On Friday, Anna and I got a call from a cafe we had applied to. They wanted to interview us for part-time positions. We were excited and a little nervous. We prepared by practicing common interview